Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. True Gamer, as always for you. Full immersion in virtual reality is one of the best things you can experience in a headset. It makes you feel like you are part of the game and that there is no line between what's real and what isn't. Here's just a few games that I think is doing the best job at immersing you fully in a virtual reality world. Into the Radius VR is a supernatural post-apocalyptic game that has you doing all kinds of things in a very immersive environment where you're trying to survive the best you can with the little resources that you have. It's so immersive that you even have to clean your guns, which makes it one of the bigger games that stand out in my mind as far as immersion goes. You have a great backpack system that allows you to stack things in the backpack just the way it should be, allowing you to customize and reach for your weapons and supplies however you'd like. The enemies are kind of scary looking and creep out from behind corners. Gives you a bunch of jump scares, which is really neat. You even have to eat food and drink water to manage your health and flies and things like that. So it's absolutely insane, and the graphics just keep getting better and better with every single update they have. So make sure you download Into the Radius. It is definitely a game that you don't want to miss out on. Assetto Corsa is by far the best driving simulator game out there. It is absolutely 100% accurate, and if you have a racing rig to go along with it, with a steering wheel and pedals, this is about as crazy as it can get. This game in virtual reality is just like you're really behind the steering wheel. There are some crazy mods that you can download on the PC that make this game even more immersive, with high quality graphics, as well as being able to drive on the highways of Tokyo, being a midnight racer against all other racers in the world. It's absolutely crazy, and if you're a fan of racing, this is a must-play game. It's even just as good without VR. Kayak VR Mirage is easily one of the best looking games I've ever seen in virtual reality. The environments are so realistic, it's not even funny. If you take a look at the water here, it's just so crystal clear that you just want to hop right into it. It's absolutely amazing. I can't believe that this is probably some of the best water I've ever seen in a video game, let alone virtual reality. Kayak VR has you kayaking through some of the best environments that you can see in virtual reality. It's just a nice, calm, serene game that lets you relax while just taking in your environment and just being at peace with everything that's around you. You can see birds flying, fish swimming, even snakes on some of the lake beds that are just absolutely amazing and breathtaking to look at. Definitely a must-have game if you're into meditation at all. Asgard's Wrath is definitely one of those games that's an oldie but a goodie. The environment that this puts you in is pretty much in Norse mythology, so if you're into anything that's Viking or even God of War type stuff, this is the game that you want to play. Like I said, it's definitely an older game, so it's starting to show a little bit of wear and tear, but it still holds up its own against some of the top AAA games that are out there now. This is just a must-have game for immersion because it's an RPG. It has you solving puzzles while taking in beautiful environments, while still being able to feel like you're an actual god. So this game is just an all-arounder that if you haven't played it and you have a Quest, you're really missing out, because this was definitely a game that was a staple when the Quest 1 came out. So put it in your library. Definitely don't miss out on it. There's all kinds of crazy characters, and it's just a great story all around. Half-Life Alyx. What more is there to say? This game is easily the standard for what VR should be. Everything about this game is just full immersion. The environment is so well done. The graphics look great. The sound quality is great. The voice acting is great. Like I said, this is just one of those games that you already knew was going to be on this list. I know a lot of you don't have PC VR, but this game right here is definitely a must-play game. Once you play it, you'll understand why I would say this is the standard for what all virtual reality games should be. And really, this is the first AAA game that was in virtual reality, and it still holds up today as one of the greatest, if not still the greatest game. A lot of games are starting to copy what this game was, and just, I think we are headed in the right direction if more studios start copying this game. Once again, I'm not going to ruin anything. If you're a fan of Half-Life, you probably already played this, but if you haven't, you need to. It's just a game that you don't need to think about. Just go buy it. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2022. This is absolutely just full-blown flight sim at the peak of what any flight sim could be. This is so cool because it uses Google Maps to actually map out and image the flight paths and everything you're flying over. Basically, you can literally fly a plane from wherever to wherever and get a full-blown Google's map view of what it would really be like over the cities and oceans that you're flying over. This is super immersive in VR. You can even set it to a mode where you're just riding as a passenger in a plane and enjoy the views. Yes, it is super, super taxing on a computer, but it is well worth it if you are into flight sims. Get yourself a flight stick and a virtual reality headset and hop into it as soon as you can. Like I said, if you are into flight sims, like this is the best thing you can possibly do for yourself. Just go buy it, play it. You won't be regretting anything at all. Resident Evil 7. This is the game that got me into virtual reality in the first place. The very first VR game I ever played was on the PlayStation VR, and it was the Resident Evil 7 demo, where it had you tied to a chair, and you had the creepy creature crawling up on you, which I'm not going to reveal anything in case some of you haven't played it, but that scared the living daylights out of me, and that is why Resident Evil 7 is by far one of the scariest games you can play in a virtual reality experience. Yes, there's plenty of them out there, but the immersion of yourself running around the house, trying to run away from the crazy family members and everything that they have to throw at you is just nuts. There's jump scares around every corner. It's gory and gruesome, and you really just don't know what's going to happen next in some stages of the game. So I won't ruin anything for you, but if you're a fan of Resident Evil and you haven't played a Resident Evil game in VR yet, this is probably the one to start out with. Yes, there's several different mods for Resident Evil for 2, 3, and 7 and 8 on the PC VR, but if you are a PlayStation player and you already have a PlayStation VR, 7 is awesome, and it'll be a great way to segment into the PlayStation VR 2's Resident Evil 8 that's coming out at launch. Definitely play it. Next up is Ghost of Tabor. Now this game is not out yet, but I've been playtesting it ever since you've been able to playtest this game, and let me tell you, this, once again, is going to change how we see things and play things in VR. As you can see here by the video, this is a comparison video of the Quest 2 and PC VR, and they are almost exactly identical. These developers know what they're doing and have got a full-blown PC VR game to run and look just as good as it does on the computer on a Quest 2 standalone. Not to mention, you're going to be doing all kinds of shooting and having to play tactical. This is basically going to be Escape from Tarkov in full-blown VR. It's just absolutely nuts. If you haven't seen anything yet, make sure you check out my videos on the channel. I have a whole playlist just of this game, and I think this is going to take virtual reality gaming just to a whole new level. I cannot wait to play it. I cannot wait to play tactical against people and really have to use my mind and skill in order to play a game. We finally made it to Survive. Survive, in my personal opinion, is the best zombie survival game in virtual reality to date. This is the first game I ever played in virtual reality that I was able to play 4-player co-op with my friends and go into an environment and shoot zombies. This game is so cool because it has you scavenging for survival items. You need to find food, you need to find water, you need to find ammo, you need to find weapons. And the best part about it is even if there's a locked door, you have to find a drill to drill out the keyhole so you can actually get into the door. There's safe houses located strategically throughout the map, so you can go and kind of gather up with your friends, take ammo counts, check your map. It's just absolutely insane. Everything about this game is full immersion. If you ask me, this might be one of like the best titles on this whole list, and maybe my all-time favorite game in virtual reality. I had a ton of fun playing this game with friends, and I really want to go back on it and play it on the hardest difficulty as soon as I can. It offers a great story mode across 4 maps. It also offers a survival mode where you're basically just trying to survive as many days as you can, where you earn points for the more zombies you kill and the more days you stay alive. So everything about this game is great. If you haven't heard about it or you haven't played it yet, go buy this game. It just now came out on PlayStation VR. The devs have been working on this game day and night ever since it came out, and they constantly are updating things, improving things, adding things to it, and they're actually getting ready to add a few new maps to this game, and I cannot wait to hop in it and play it again. Well, what can you say? Last but not least is Skyrim VR. As many times as I've played this game, just as a flat screen game with all the additions that it came out, I think I played it on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, on PC, and then I played it on PlayStation VR, and then now I've been playing it on PC VR with mods. This game, even without mods, is easily 100% the most immersive game you can play to date, period. If you add mods onto it, it just gets absolutely insane. There's all kinds of graphics and things you can add to it. You're able to grab items, you can change how NPCs look, the whole 9 yards. If you haven't played Skyrim VR with PC mods yet, you need to do it. That's all I'm going to say. Well, folks, that's pretty much it. These are the most immersive games in my book for virtual reality. If you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.